become the generation of school shootings, and that is devastating to me. I think in some way we look at, these kids' biographies after they died, and we try to read their memorials, and we all find ways that we relate to them.
And welcome back to Square Off. That was Maya Zuckerberg, a new graduate of North Canyon High School in North Phoenix. She's a member, she says, of the school shootings generation. I can't argue with that. This is the world we adults created for our kids, or allowed to be created. So what will it take to make that world safer for our children, to change our laws, improve mental health and community support? In Arizona, we've had many opportunities to ask those questions. Here's what recent history tells us about our answers. Last week, the adults here in Arizona and around the country debated once again how we should respond to the mass killing of 19 children and 2 teachers in Texas. Here's a sampling from our state Senate.
The real core issue, and I'll be honest, this may be my bias, but this is how I see it. For decades, we've been teaching our children in school there is no God.
Members across the aisle do not trust teachers to even teach content, and now you're suggesting you do trust them, though, to carry guns to school? I mean, give me a break.
The tone was testy. Too soon, you say? Do you remember this?
What do we want? Gun control! When do we want it? Now!
That was 4 years ago. The student-led March for Our Lives at the Capitol. 20,000 people calling for gun safety after another high school massacre, this one in Parkland, Florida. It seemed there was momentum for change.
I remember thinking to myself, there's no way we don't do anything. There's no way that action isn't taken. And unfortunately, we were very wrong on that.
Jacob Martinez was a 16-year-old high school junior who helped lead the march. Last week, I spoke to the now 20-year-old college senior before he led a Capitol vigil for the Texas children. What happened between now and then?
I want to see kids learning inside our schools, and I want to see us also addressing these issues.
Governor Doug Ducey rolled out a school safety plan the week before the march. The key feature was a so-called red flag law. It would allow courts to remove weapons from someone deemed a danger. 19 states have one. But 2 years after that huge march, Ducey backed down. He told a crowd that as long as he was governor, there wouldn't be a red flag law. Ducey did sign a bill making Arizona a Second Amendment sanctuary. That means law enforcement agencies here aren't allowed to enforce federal gun safety measures. But there was another moment when change appeared imminent.
The county's going to be working a shooting. We've been informed Gabrielle Giffords is involved.
11 years ago, Tucson Congresswoman Gabby Giffords was gravely wounded by a gunman while meeting with constituents outside a supermarket. 12 others were wounded. 6 people were killed, including a 9-year-old girl. In hindsight, the attempted assassination of an Arizona member of Congress would appear to have been a galvanizing moment for changing the state's gun laws. After all, the gunman had serious mental health problems. The legislature did take action. In the waning hours of the 2011 session, just 3 months after the mass shooting in Tucson, then Governor Jan Brewer signed a bill making the Colt revolver, the gun that won the West, Arizona's official state firearm. And that was it. That was our lawmakers' response to the Tucson shootings. And if you didn't know it by now, that's why Arizona is rated as one of the most gun-friendly states in the country.